Just a short review, first impression about this watch. Xiaomi Redmi 4. It's a really big, beautiful screen. My thoughts though, my impressions though are not so good because you would expect this big screen to be useful, to get much use of this big screen, but what you get is basically your options are really limited here. The interface is quite dumb, doesn't use this physical features properly. It's really big. I mean, yeah, I have really thin wrist, but yeah, for anyone it's a big screen and everything is just huge. It's like for grandma or something. It's really big widgets. Everything is just so huge. I mean, if you have bedside, then it's a great option for you. It's real limited options for customization. I just viewed some few reviews on YouTube, and thought it looked good. But when I got a hand of it, then I understood that, for example, these widgets, you're really limited how you can customize it. Like, you can replace some, but it's not that many that you get an option of using instead. It's not much information. Like on the widget, you basically have no information. You can go into it and see more information, but I mean, that's a huge square on your wrist with some simple digits. I don't know. I don't understand why they need to have so much free space or empty space. So yeah, we go back. Not all, like, I don't know, I didn't like, you can't customize. I didn't see that. I mean, maybe someone would help me in the comments, but well, I don't need help. I plan to return this watch, but I didn't see an option to customize the data setup. We live in Europe, and we start with a date and then the month, and here it's month and the date. So all watch faces have it this way. All week start with Sunday, we start with Monday. So it's, I mean, small things, but I mean, they're quite annoying that you don't have the freedom of just fixing it for yourself to what you're used to. It's your watch after all. So another thing, the calendar, for example, you can't have it as a widget. I mean, I don't know. Events, yeah. I don't know. I totally didn't like it. You're really limited by what you can do with this watch. Here you have the menu with pre-installed apps, or pre-installed, that's the only ones you get. I disabled Alexa because we don't have, in Norway it doesn't support Alexa, so there's no point, but you have Alexa voice stuff control on top of this. Now here's the calendar. I don't know if I can synchronize it with Google Calendar. I did manage to get it to work, but I only had this watch for like a couple of hours, so I didn't go deep into those settings, because overall I think that's more or less the only thing I didn't do, is to double check that I have synchronized everything and given all the permissions. But yeah, it's big screen, you can really see the calendar. It's really useful. But that doesn't that is not used up in other situations. Now where I had weather someplace. Maybe it's, yeah. Here you have weather. It's good to have big screen then, but I don't know. It could have been a bit more information on the widgets, so you wouldn't have needed those extra movements. Or like, for example, a full screen widget for weather would have been a good option, or full screen widget for calendar or something. You don't have full screen widget options at all. You have half screen options, but they're limited to only some applications, so not all get this. So, and you still would hope that, okay, maybe I get a bit more info if I get a half screen, but you don't. You have just as little information on them as you do on the quarter screen. And again, if you like, yeah, we can see here, if I pick the half screen, that's what I have to choose from. Okay, steps show a bit. I don't know if it would show the real level of steps. I have no idea. It looks just like some, I don't know, decoration. I would say you have pretty same stuff as, but I'll just scroll down to show. Yeah, this looks actually, this statistics looks pretty accurate. I slept for 6.8 hours, and then the watch was just lying still on the table, and yeah, so it actually does show this graph in this bigger widget. So that's positive. But the weather, you see, it's just the same. It doesn't give you many more options there than and let's see if we pick the small one to choose from. Okay, you don't get the graph, understandably, because you don't have place for that. But I mean, yeah, the weather shows you just as much. So apart from the graphs, you don't gain anything on the half-sized widget. So yeah, I think it's a waste of space with those widgets, and that's the only thing you have on the watch. The watch faces, the choices are not so many. You choose on the app on the phone. But again, you can't customize it to like, there's no customization. Like, again, if you want Monday to be the first day, or here you can change the color. That's it. Some very basic changes. It's nice though, yeah. I mean that you, yeah, here you can you can change this one, standing, activity, heart rate, but you don't have, like, I don't know, you can't add weather, for example. Here you can add heart rate, stress, activity time, standing calories on that watch face. I mean, I don't know. I would have preferred something else, but I can't choose that. So, you often have to press on this one to go back, I have noticed. Which is unpractical, because when you're first on the screen, then it's not so... It's out of the way to go out there and press it. It's big watch and somewhere on the wrist where, I don't know, it's not optimal. So yeah, now I actually have changed the watch face accidentally. But yeah, I mean, it's really good looking watch, that's no doubt. I haven't tested if it measures stuff correctly or not, so I can't say anything about that, but I just wanted to say regarding the widgets, it feels like, I don't know, uselessly big screen. Like, what was the point? Could have had a smaller. I mean, it's so huge. You don't see it on the screen, but it's just so big. I mean, I have good eyesight. I don't understand why I need everything to be so huge. Digits, words, everything. I don't know. I don't understand it, and I'm super limited in what I can do here. So that, I don't like it. So I didn't see that in any of the reviews. I just saw that, oh, here you have widgets, blah blah blah. It seemed like a great idea, have widgets. But here we are. They're so basic. They're so basic. It's almost like a kid's watch, you know. I don't know. It's very basic.